Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And you know, as you come in the building, make sure that y'all hit my like button. And as you come in the building, we gonna start it off different today. I feel that everybody in the building, we all need to take a moment of silence and show our respects for the late, great Kurt Anderson. And so, you know, we just gonna take a moment of silence and give Kurt Anderson and show him the respect that he does deserve. A great man. Yeah, Kurt, you know, rest easy, Kurt Anderson. Prayers is going out to his family. And, you know, if anybody got anything to say bad about Kurt Anderson, you might need to look yourself in the mirror because something got to be wrong with you. Like I said, it's beyond this boxing because Kurt Anderson, you know, if you know him, you know he's just a great man, period. And as far as the boxing, he's a great boxing mind. Really love boxing. You know, that was the highlight of his day, just to be able to talk about boxing, you know. And it's unfortunate, a real unfortunate, sad situation. But, you know, we all got to look at it like we all got to go at some point in time. And I know that Kurt Anderson, he don't have to suffer no more. So that is, you know, if we look at it on the brighter side, he's going to a better place, right? This world is messed up. The world is messed up, especially right now. We living in times that we've never seen before. And it ain't going to get no better. It's not going to get no better. And so Kurt is actually gone to a better place, but, you know, he will be missed. I've been missing him already because, you know, I look forward to going to Blue Blood and hearing Kurt, you know, speak about boxing. I used to look forward to seeing Kurt in my chat, you know, and I said he really will be missed. So
I think it's only right for everyone that knew Kurt, heard about Kurt, maybe just seen Kurt on Blue Bloods channel to really go and, show our respects to him. And yeah, so we got my man, Mr. DBMH in the building. What's happening with you? And yeah, like my man said, hit the like button. We got my man Drew Titan LLC in the building. Yeah, we all got to stand strong, Drew. We got my man Players Ball in the building. Hustlers Homes in the building. Mike Biggs Boxing in the building. Phil J508. My man Dwayne Freeman, boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman. Show me. DP Rocker, what's happening with it? Salute All Out Fitness, what's happening with it? LeVar Cooper, what's good with it? Macados, Mac of the South, salute. Adonis K3, we got the Queen, Cassandra Mason is in the building, and salute to the Queen, Cassandra Mason. We gonna have to get you. I'm gonna get you up here on the panel with me, Cassandra. That gotta happen. Cassandra know her boxing, Cassandra make a lot of y'all men out here look bad when it comes to boxing knowledge. So I'm gonna get you up here, Cassandra. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get you on the panel though. Macados, Mac of the South, what's happening with it? Adonis K3, Lee, J Lee, what's happening with it? Votes UK. Let me see who else. LeVar Cooper. Let me see. Mike Rhyme in the building. SWAT TX, salute to you. Elevated Conscious, salute to you, my brother. Cono Loco in the building. What's happening with it, Cono? Salute. Todd French 600, salute. Let me see who else we got that I missed. Jaron Davis, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Footwork, Marcos, what's happening with it? One love. Let me see who else I got in here that I missed. Todd French, salute. Brown on Boxing, salute to you. Jose Ayala, salute to you, brother. CJ Harper, Mr. Steal Your Chin. My man Cali Fire in the building. My man Knockout Boxing 86 TV, Sylvester 2011. And as you come in the building, hit my like button. Smash on the like button for me. So I'm probably this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna do the show a little different today. So I'm gonna give everybody a chance to call in and state your opinion. So in a little bit, I'm gonna put the number up. So give everybody a chance to call in. One thing you got to keep in mind when you do call in, don't be long-winded, keep it short, and let the next caller call in. So I will be putting the number up in a little bit to let everybody get so we can hear everybody's voice. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody get their opinions in and have a voice today. So we're gonna do that. Shady Girl 85, salute to you, Shady Girl 85. And like I said, once again, whether you knew Kurt or you just seen him a couple times on Blue Blood or whatever it was, we all need to pray for Kurt Anderson's family and show him our utmost respect in his family. Like I said, he wasn't just a great boxing mind, he was a great man. Yeah, so but let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to it. Like I said, hit my like button if y'all ain't hit the like button yet as you come in the building. Oh shoot. So a lot of news going on in boxing. We got Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I can't wait for that fight. Great fight. I can't wait for that fight, y'all. I'm really excited about that fight. It's on April the 30th. A lot of things going on April the 30th. But I think Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano is going to make big changes in women's boxing. You got two of the biggest promoters, right, promoting it. And when I say two of the biggest promoters promoting it, you got Eddie Hearn and you got maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he coming up and he might be able to be the best promoter, you know, on what he got going on his side. And that's Jake Paul. We see how he self-promoted himself. We see how Jake Paul has brought Amanda Serrano's name all the way to another level. People knew about Amanda Serrano for a long time, but let's keep it 100. We weren't talking about Amanda Serrano like we are now, and Jake Paul got a lot to do with that. Jake Paul got a lot to do with that. So you got Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul promoting this event with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, and I think this is going to bring a lot more light to females boxing, because a lot of men, a lot of women, they don't really pay attention to women's boxing. But when they see this event and when they see how Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn is going to promote this event, this is going to do big things for women's boxing, for females boxing. And you know, Cleressa Shields, she was trying to do that with a fight with what's her name? Y'all help me out. Cleressa Shields and the other girl that used to be promoted by Eddie Hearn. Come on. Chat, y'all help me out. I got a brain freeze right now. Cleressa Shields and come on, y'all help me out. I got a brain freeze. Marshall, yeah, thank you. Savannah Marshall. Cleressa Shields was trying to get that done and make a big fight with her and Savannah Marshall. Now, I don't know what's going on with that. You know, Cleressa Shields is telling Savannah Marshall that she got a fight on Saturday, so that she wants Savannah Marshall to hop in the ring and call her out. We've seen Cleressa Shields call out Savannah Marshall. We've seen Savannah Marshall call out Cleressa Shields. But I don't know where they're going with that fight. You know, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, they beat them to the punch, right? It was supposed to be Cleressa Shields and and Savannah Marshall that we was going to get, right? That was supposed to be the big fight that we were supposed to get. And out of nowhere, it's boom, we getting Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. So Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, they actually, you know what I'm saying, they took the fame and they took everything, all the promotion that Amanda Serrano has been getting, and they took it and ran with it, right? They beat out Cleressa Shields, right? They beat her to the finish line or whatever. Because like I said, if Cleressa Shields and Savannah Marshall had came together and they would have already made this fight, if that was the announcement for April the 30th or whenever, I think they'll be ahead of the ball. But now, as far as changing women's boxing, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, they're ahead of the ball, and they're about to do that. Yeah, Colonel Loco. Yeah, Colonel Loco said, I told folks this fight was next 6 months ago. And yeah, they're ahead of the ball. This fight is about to change females boxing, right? Because we've never had a fight like this with two big names. You got Katie Taylor, who was huge in the UK. You got Amanda Serrano that's becoming bigger and bigger all over the world every time she fights, especially since she got with Jake Paul, right? She's co-main eventing on pay-per-views that millions of people are watching, whether if they're watching it and paying for it live or whether they're watching the replay. Millions of people are watching it. Now, yeah, we had the Layla Ali's and the Lucia Rikers and all of those, but we never seen Layla Ali in a 50-50 type fight where you had two women. They had the best skill set that you can compare to the best men right out there. Get in the ring and fight each other. We seen Layla Ali against a whole bunch of women that looked like that they, was fucking waiters and shit. That just got in the ring off of working the 9 to 5 and ain't never been in the ring before. You see what I'm saying? This is a whole different level of competition when it comes to females boxing. A whole different level. So yeah, this fight is going to be big for women's boxing and changing the sport of women's boxing. And now it's up to Cleressa Shields, right? It's up to Cleressa Shields and Savannah Marshall to take that and go right behind Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. It's up to Cleressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. They got to have next. Right? I don't know what's going on with the business situation with Savannah Marshall and Cleressa Shields. I knew at one point it was reported that Cleressa Shields was asking for $1 million. Now, we know what she said about Jake Paul. I don't think she should have said what she said about Jake Paul. I don't think being, a businesswoman, you got to have a business mind in boxing today. The shit that she said about Jake Paul when she was asked, would she ever fight on the Jake Paul fight card, and she popped off and kind of shitting on Jake Paul. I don't think she should have did that, because we saw that Jake Paul almost got Amanda Serrano paid the $1 million payday that she was asking for. And that was a couple fights ago, right? Now, I'm pretty sure that Amanda Serrano is going to get paid $1 million plus in this fight with Katie Taylor. Could that be Cleressa Shields? Cleressa Shields is still trying to get that payday. That the rest of these men promoters, they don't respect women's boxing like Jake Paul do. They're not trying to pay them like that. Jake Paul, he made it happen. So, before you let your mouth get the best of you sometimes, you might want to think about what you say. Yeah, Big Warren, Ann Wolf was a beast, but we never saw Ann Wolf in the ring with somebody that can give her a 50-50 type fight, right? We never seen Ann Wolf in the ring. I personally never saw Ann Wolf in the ring with somebody that was as skilled as she is. So, yeah, Dundada, it's like you said that about Jake Paul, and I understood 100% where Cleressa was coming from, but you could have came about it a different way, how you worded it and how you came at the reporter that asked you that question, right? We all understand where you was coming from, but you didn't have to say it like you said it. Now you burn a bridge, right? When this man is doing wonders for females boxing. When everybody else, when all these other promoters was looking over y'all and looking over Amanda Serrano, he said, you know what? I'm going to shed light on the women and give them the respect that they really deserve. You know what? I'm going to pay her $700,000+ plus a bonus. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to open up the doors, and I'm going to be the first one to tackle this situation that none of these other promoters want to tackle. I'm going to do that. Why would you shit on somebody that's doing that? I'm just saying. And I got the utmost respect for Cleressa Shields. But, I'm just saying, why would you shit on somebody that's going to get you, potentially get you paid like that? KQKC Boxing Network is in the building. If y'all ain't subscribed to KQKC Boxing Network, let me tell y'all what y'all missing on. You missing on a real OG in this boxing game that ain't running off no narrative. He gonna give it to you straight up, how he feel about a situation, and he don't give a goddamn what nobody else feel about it, right? He gonna give you the real, right, from his own perspective. He also gonna call every fight that come on, all of the big fights that y'all want to see, and then he gives the people, right, He gives the people, everybody that watch him, he asks y'all, if it's multiple fights on, which fight y'all want to see me call, right? And he called the fights, and he called the fight straight down the middle, like you don't get to hear these other commentators on these big networks do. So if y'all ain't subscribed to KQKC Boxing Network, that's just some of the shit that he do on his channel. Make sure that y'all sub to him, because you're missing out if you don't sub to him. And KQ, drop your link in the chat. My man, I Am Ill Will. Go sub to I Am Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? He giving you a lot more than boxing. My man, 503 Lion. He cooking. He over there giving y'all, you know what I'm saying? Cono Loco. If you want to know about fighters, you know, Puerto Rican fighters, up and coming hot fighters that you just ain't never heard of before, plus a lot of plethora of other boxing news you might want to know. Go subscribe to Cono Loco. All of these channels, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, one of the realest and unbiased boxing channels in the game. All these channels, you know, y'all need to sub to, because can't one person give you all the news. Straight up. One person can't give you all the news. They might be able to give you some shit that I can't give you, and vice versa. So yeah. And Cassandra Mason says, we all understand what she meant. It was just her delivery. Exactly. That's exactly right, Cassandra. We understood what she meant, right? But it was her delivery. And sometimes you got to tone down your ego, right? Yeah, you've done way more in the sport than Jake Paul has done, right? Yeah, you shouldn't even have to fight on his undercard. But we know how boxing is. A lot of shit ain't right in boxing. A lot of shit ain't right in boxing. And she needs to realize that she should have already had been realized that and looked at the bigger picture, right? Juan Ramos says, if Jake Paul focused on promoting and not fighting, he will fuck around and take over boxing. Yeah, he already did it himself. Anthony Johnson, salute. W right side. There you go. My brother W right side in the building. Lewis Coleman, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah, like I said, my man Money Brown TV. What's happening with it? Money Brown TV in the building. That's another channel that you need to subscribe to if y'all ain't sub to Money Brown TV. You know, most of y'all probably already subbed to Money Brown. It's another channel to subscribe to. You know what I'm saying? He might have Canelo up every day in his motherfucking thumbnail. But he ain't just cooking on Canelo. You know what I'm saying? When you go in to his lives, he cooking on everything that's going on in boxing. You know, don't let that Canelo shit fool you. Lee Dre Stevens, salute. Yes, sir. And like I said, all the brothers, drop your links in the chat. Drop your links in the chat. All the brothers, drop your shit in the chat. A1 Hoop Zone, what's happening with it? Salute to A1 Hoop Zone, my man Emmanuel H. And he bringing another side of sports to you. He dropping all the basketball knowledge you need. So if you like basketball, you're an NBA fan, go subscribe to A1 Hoop Zone. Sub to A1 Hoop Zone. One Rumble said Canelo be on every title, but I fuck with Money Brown TV. Yeah, don't, like I said, Money Brown cooking about everything. You know what I'm saying? And he know his motherfucking boxing. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't know his boxing. The motherfucker know his boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might hear me and Money get on this motherfucking, we gonna cuss each other out. You know what I'm saying? We don't take the shit serious. We don't take the shit off camera and Money didn't agree. We just don't agree on a lot of shit. Just like I don't agree with a lot of you niggas that's in the chat. But we understand that that shit ain't personal. You know what I'm saying? We all are passionate about boxing, and we understand how to, agree to disagree sometimes. If you, you know what I'm saying, if you get mad and hate a motherfucker because y'all going at it respectfully, and you take that shit off of the internet and let that shit bother you, well, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. I don't get it. I didn't argue with a whole lot of y'all niggas. I didn't argue with 503. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas in the chat I go back and forth with every day. You know what I'm saying? It be some real niggas in real life. Like I said, you see me argue every day with motherfucking Culture come on here. My brother Batman. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that shit don't matter, bro. We just, if you have somebody that you go to and you just agree with everything they say, something ain't right about that. Like, for real, something ain't right. That let me know that you don't have your own fucking brain. You know what I'm saying? And you need another man to tell you how to think. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not that dude. You know what I'm saying? My man Drew Titan is in the building. Make sure that y'all go sub to Big Drew Titan. And Drew Titan, man, he got a lot of shit going on over on his channel. You feel me? Drew Titan, he gonna keep you updated for what's going on right now. And then Drew Titan will fuck around and throw you all the way back to the 90s and have a big name that was running shit way back in the 90s. You might fuck around and go to Drew Titan and he got them on his panel cooking. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, when I tell y'all to sub to somebody, I ain't just saying that shit just to say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all because if y'all fuck with boxing, like I think we all do, you're going to get something different from all of these channels. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get something different from all these channels. Even some days we might talk about the same topic, but you're getting it from a different perspective. You feel me? That's why I opened up my panel to some of the other brothers sometime, because a lot of niggas might not be agreeing with what the fuck I'm saying. They might want to hear what Coach got to say. They might want to hear what Money Brown got to say about the shit. They might want to hear what 503 or Cono Loco or somebody else got to say about the shit. They might be like, man, we don't want to hear you. We ain't agreeing with you. But, you might get Batman on here and people agreeing with Batman and they ain't agreeing with what I'm saying on a certain subject. So I ain't tripping about that shit. It's a lot of other things to be worried about, and people need to understand than just getting on the fucking internet and having beef with somebody over some boxing shit when ain't none of these fighters ever call me up and say, hey, you want a part of my paycheck? I appreciate what you're doing. Ain't never one of these fighters ever did that shit. I'm sure they ain't did it for Cono Loco or Drew Titan or none of these people. Now, what I have a problem with is when you got these clowns and suckers out here, they want to build their reputation and build their channel off another man's name. Why are you, building your reputation off of what Cono Loco said, making videos about him, or what Drew Titan had to say, or 503 Line, or Money Brown TV? If I go type in Money Brown TV or Drew Titan or somebody, or 50, why do I get videos popping up? I'm not finna go make a video about fucking what another channel man said. Like, for what? That's the type of niggas I have a problem with. So when you come in my channel and you saying stupid shit and you trolling, I'm gonna assume that you a grown-ass man. And if you a grown-ass man doing some shit like that and going around people's channels trolling, right? You're a grown man. If you're a kid, I apologize. But if you're a grown man, bro, like, I'm gonna treat you like you a bitch. I'm gonna talk to you like you a bitch. And I don't have no respect for that shit. So, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. But salute to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button and let's get to cooking. One thing I was watching Barbershop Conversation, right? Fred's channel last night. I got to catch some of his channel last night. And he had Serafina on there, and he had I forget the fighter that he had on there, right? But a conversation came up about who was pound for pound better. Who was better? Is Cleressa Shields or Amanda Serrano, right? If they was the same size, a lot of people don't understand because it was people asking like, who would win that fight against Cleressa Shields and Amanda Serrano? They're not the same size. That fight would never happen. So it's a make-believe fight. But at the end of the day, it came down to, okay, who people thought was better, right? Who people thought was better if they were the same size pound for pound. And I said, that's a good question. That's a good question. And Serafina, she was making her case how she thought that Cleressa Shields was the second behind Amanda Serrano. She said that Amanda Serrano was better. She said because Amanda Serrano has an all-around game and Amanda Serrano got the knockout ratio, right? She said Cleressa Shields, she don't have the knockout power, the knockouts that Amanda Serrano does, right? So I was like, man, she had a point. She had a point. And I said, man, that's tough. That's real tough because they both great fighters. Now, one thing that really stands out to me, right, is Amanda Serrano's body work. The way that Amanda Serrano attacks the body, you don't see women that can attack the body like Amanda Serrano does. The way that she changes levels and she does it so fluently, like that's, to me, that really sticks out. But then when you go to Cleressa Shields, the way that Cleressa Shields, her jab, and it's hard to hit Cleressa Shields, right? Technically, the technical skills that Cleressa Shields has, right? And when you compare the two, you say, okay, well, Amanda Serrano, she get hit a lot more than Cleressa Shields, right? But then you go to Amanda Serrano and you say, Cleressa Shields, a lot of times she don't get the knockouts that she could get because she don't know how to change levels and go to the body like Amanda Serrano do. So it's all about, you know, your opinion when you break them down, because to me, it's just all about what you like. You know what I'm saying? Do you like the action fighter that's going, you know what I'm saying, take a couple licks to give FOMO? Or do you like the fighter that's more technically sound in a Cleressa Shields that got a great jab and you don't really see her get hit a lot? That's dominating. She'll shut you out 10 rounds to 0. So it's a tough question. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough comparison when you compare them pound for pound. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Yeah, Cornflake. That was the other fighter that was on Fred's channel last night. Colonel Loco says, I hate when they try to put them against each other. He said, shaking my head. They are super close friends and they support each other. I think you talking about Amanda Serrano and Cleressa Shields. Yeah, they actually do. If that's who he's talking about, Amanda Serrano and Cleressa Shields, one thing that they do is they really, both of them, they respect each other to the utmost highest degree. Anytime you hear Cleressa Shields speak about Amanda Serrano, it's nothing but good talks and respect, right? And the same thing with Amanda Serrano. When Amanda Serrano was asked about Cleressa Shields, she said no. Cleressa Shields is pound for pound #1 in boxing. So, you know, but a lot of people always try to put them against each other like it's possible for them to fight. It's not possible. But if you want to go pound for pound, if they were the same size, it's a good, you know, debate. It's a good question. Hustle Hall says technically Shields is worlds better than any current woman's fighter. Lewis Coleman said Amanda is a better fighter. My man Coach in the building says Cleressa two division undisputed. That speaks volumes too. Mr. Mechanical says Cleressa ain't being outboxed, I think, by anyone. And I agree with you. Hustle Holmes says Shields actually has defense. Yeah, she got very good defense. 817 Boxing B says Cleressa over everybody. Hustle Holmes says Shields' hand speed, her defense, and her jab beats any woman, in my opinion. Let me see. Detroit, BC, what's happening with it? Ricky Williams in the building. What's happening with it, Ricky? Detroit, BC said Cleressa over everybody. But you know, that's two women. You have to basically break down all of their attributes and all of their flaws. You really got to be able to break it down. Randall Bivens says when other fighters praise other fighters, it increases their value, especially when they beat them. Right. Yes. Cheese All Out Fitness. What's happening with it? William Old School. What's happening with it? He says Amanda Serrano is going to clean up Katie Taylor, and I do agree with you. Katie Taylor is not on her level. That's just my opinion. My brother, Blue Blood Sports TV, is in the building. Yeah, Blue. Man, I know you heard Blue. Man, prayers out to Kurt Anderson's family, and prayers out to you too, Blue, because I know you were closer to Kurt than anybody was, you know. So, Blue Blood, you know, man, prayers going out to Kurt and his family, and you too, Blue. And I hate how you had to, you know, hear the news like that, man. Crazy. Yeah, but Blue Blood, the king of this thing, is in the building. Macados Mac of the South said the only woman to give Cleressa Shields a fight was Hannah, but she still won the fight to show she's the greatest. Yeah. Hannah Gabriels is a beast herself. I think that when you look at the level of competition and just what the short amount of fights that Cleressa Shields has, can't nobody really top that. Can't nobody top the level of competition that she's had in that short amount of time. Flawless mentality. My man, Dr. Mark Stearns, and put the doctor on it. My man, Mark Stearns, is in the building, and y'all make sure that y'all go sub to his channel. KQKC. Yeah, man. 817 say, I know Kurt is dancing to some go-go in heaven. Right. Real talk, man. Kurt Anderson like techno. All right. House music. Kurt Anderson loved house music. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about Kurt Anderson, house music is his go-to. House music. Yeah, y'all. Like I said, hit my like button. In the building. If y'all in the building, smash on my like button if you ain't hit the like button yet. I got you. I got you 503. Give me 1 second, 503. I just seen your message right now. If you're still in the building, I'm gonna send it to you right now, 503. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm going, like I said, I'm doing it. If y'all wasn't in here when I announced it, hit my like button, get the likes up. I'm doing a call-in show, y'all. So when we get to the main topics, I'm going to let everybody call in and, give their take on the situation. I want to hear from y'all. I want to give y'all a chance to call in and, and yeah. And if you want to become a member of the channel, it should be up to where y'all can become a member of the channel. I can't see it, but if you want to, support the channel and become a member of the channel, it should be up. And it help out a lot if you're a member of the channel, because when you comment, it'll pop up in green, right? It will pop up in green. It's supposed to pop up in green, like Cassandra Mason's. Hers will pop up, and I can see anytime she comment. So a lot of times the comments, it'll jump. I might not see it, but if you're a channel member, I can see it and I can get right to your comment. So yeah, if you want to, become a member of the channel. But yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna put the number up soon, and we're gonna have a call-in show. We got some big fights coming up. We got Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. I believe the tickets already went on sale for Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano, undisputed. They having that in Los Angeles, LA. It's going down. It's really going down. That's a big fight. March and April is going to be a big month for boxing. February, March, April. Those are some big months for boxing. It's going down. Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. I would like to see that fight, but personally, I think I'm going to save. I want to go to the Errol Spence fight. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That shit finna be popping in Dallas, Texas, right? Look like they gonna have Errol Spence and Yordenis Ugas in April, mid-April, in Dallas, Texas. I think it's like April the 16th, y'all. It was around like April 16th, right? And that's gonna be going down. That's gonna be going down, and I can't wait for that. Now, Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm excited about that fight. That fight is for all of the belts. The first ever undisputed at super welterweight, 154 pounds, the first ever. We never had 4 belts in that weight division, right? In this time, we're going to be able to see a winner, because I highly doubt it's going to be another draw. And if y'all ask me, I'm going to let it be known. I got Jermell Charlo stopping Brian Castano in this fight. I got Jermell Charlo stopping Brian Castano. And the reason I got Jermell Charlo stopping Brian Castano is, so the first fight, you can go back on the tape. I told everybody, I said, this is going to be a very tough fight for Jermell Charlo. And I said, Brian Castano might upset Jermell Charlo. I said, because Brian Castano can fight. And it's not exactly the best stylistic matchup for Jermell Charlo. I told everybody that. But when I saw the fight, I was right. But I also saw things in the fight that I thought favored Jermell Charlo. And I seen Jermell Charlo catch Brian Castano and hurt him very bad several times in that fight. But he didn't press on the gas. He let Brian Castano off the hook several times, not just 1 or 2 times, several times in that fight. I felt that he let Brian Castano off the hook. And watching that, when I went back and watched that fight over, even though I did have the fight, I think I had it about a draw. That was a fight I said, okay, I agree with the judges. That fight should be a draw. I scored it a draw myself. But I looked back and I said, this is a fight that Jermell Charlo, he blew it. He blew it because Jermell Charlo had, Jermell Charlo, my bad. I said, this is a fight that Jermell Charlo had in the bag. Only thing he had to do was press on the gas and go after Brian Castano when he was hurt like that. But he didn't do that. And he let Brian Castano off the hook several times in that fight. You feel me? He let Brian Castano off the hook several times in that fight. In this time, I think that he's going to make the necessary adjustments that he need to. And I think he's going to get Brian Castano up out of there. I really do. I really think that he's going to get Brian Castano up out of there this time. Now, I see a lot of people in the chat asking me, is Derrick James still training Jermell Charlo? Right? And salute to Monica in the building. I hear a lot of people asking me that. And I ain't gonna fake the funk with y'all. You know, I was talking to Money about it behind the scenes. And I said, Money, have you done extensive research to really find out, is these rumors true? Because Money asked me about it, and he said that he'd been hearing these rumors. And I said, bro, I really can't tell you. I don't know, you know? So Money said, before I even say anything about it, he said, I'm going to go do my research and see if I can find out. So I'm at that point right now. I don't know. I can't put out that news because I don't know. I'm hearing people say, he ain't with Derrick James no more. But I don't know that. I don't know. I really can't tell y'all, I'm pretty sure, Blue Blood, he gonna get on it. And, I'm pretty sure that we'll find out if it's true or not pretty soon. Pretty sure that we'll find out if it's true or not real soon. Brandon House, what's happening with it? Straight from that D-Town, Detroit in the building. What's happening with it, Brandon? But so anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. And we all know that Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas in Dallas Cowboys Stadium, that's going to be big, big, big. I think Errol Spence is going to have his biggest turnout today. Way bigger than what he had at Mikey Garcia. And the reason that I say that is because Errol Spence is bigger than he was back when he fought Mikey Garcia. No, a lot of people say, oh, it was Mikey Garcia. It's Mikey Garcia. Nah. People didn't fill up them stands to see Mikey Garcia. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, all you got to do is go back and look at the receipts. All you got to do is go back and look at the receipts. And Mikey Garcia, he putting, he putting asses in seats, but nothing like that. Errol Spence is the draw. Especially when it comes down to D-Town, Dallas, Errol Spence about to fill up that stadium. So I think we had, like 50,000 against Mikey Garcia? I think he's going to be bigger than that with Yordenis Ugas. Watch it. Watch. Telling y'all, watch. I just hope that they don't price them fucking tickets so high. You know what I'm saying? Because we see what PBC been doing. Putting everything on pay-per-view. When one of these fighters fight, they put the ticket prices so goddamn high, you can hardly pay for it. And, they doing it because they need to compensate for what they paying, these big-name fighters like Wilder and Errol Spence. Zenith 360 in the building. Salute. No. Errol Spence is fighting on April the 16th in Dallas. Yeah, Errol Spence fighting on April the 16th. James Allen Cooper say Thurman against everybody. Well, he got to get past Mario Barrios first. You dig? You feel me? He got to get past Mario Barrios first. So let's do this, right? What's happening with it, 503?
What's good with it, Key? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So we're going to have a call-in show.
What's up with it, bro?
What's good? So I'm going to have a call-in show. So I'm going to open up the phone lines after I get done laying this bill down. And we're going to get to hear what people got to say about this situation, So let's go ahead and get into it, right? We at the 50-minute mark, and we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, right? One of the main topics I wanted to talk about. We got a whole lot of confusion going on in the boxing world, right? And y'all hit my likes. Let me check the likes before we even open up these phone lines and get to this shit. I gotta check the likes, man, because some of y'all be in the building and watching and don't want to hit the like button, and I don't know what the hell be going on. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, because a lot of y'all ain't hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like button, please and thank you. So let's get to it. So a lot of confusion has been going on, right, about this Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios situation, right? I got you, knockout. Hold on. Pause, because when I get to cooking, we cook it. I ain't gonna pause. When I get to cooking, we cooking. Hold on, real quick. Let me get knockout.
What we cooking on, bro? Because last time I was in the chat, you was talking about Serrano and the quote.
Oh, nah, you way behind. Now we ain't started cooking on, but that's what I'm getting to. So a lot of confusion been going on about this Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios glove situation, right? 503. You got a lot of people, the majority of people, right, that I've seen, besides myself, they coming out and they saying that Keith Thurman is asking for 10-ounce gloves. You feel me? Keith Thurman was asking for 10-ounce gloves, and basically, Keith Thurman asking for 10-ounce gloves because he want to protect his hands. Keith Thurman is asking for 10-ounce gloves because this is his comeback fight, and he just, what I'm saying, he needs to see where he's at against a Mario Barrios. Been a whole bunch of different stories coming out, right? So I say this is what I do. If I hear something, if I have the ability to, what I do is I go research, right? I go do my research myself, right? I do my research and I see what I come up with, right? And then once I do my research, I'll speak on it live or I'll drop a video. Now, if y'all ain't seen my video yet, I broke it down on my video for y'all, right? I made 2 videos, right? I made one video and then I came back and I made another video and I clarified everything that was going on, right? So this is what you have. You have some people that it doesn't matter if the proof is right in front of your face. They just gonna say what they want. They just gonna go with what's made up in their mind already. You know what I'm saying? People just don't do that shit. It don't matter. It don't. Just like if you say, okay, I'm gonna give a great example, right? People for years and years and years was running with Floyd Mayweather duck Paul Williams, right? Floyd Mayweather duck Paul Williams. Everybody was running with that for a long time. Well, Paul Williams did an extensive interview and he told everybody that, you know what? Floyd Mayweather never ducked me. And he explained the situation, right? But you'll have some men listen to Paul Williams' interview and say, that ain't true. Floyd ducked him. And you'd be like, well, the man said that he didn't duck him himself. He explained to y'all what happened. Oh, he just saying that. He just saying that now because, you know what I'm saying, they cool now. So I'm saying that to say this. You can put the proof right in front of somebody's face and they going to think what they want to think and they got their mind made up for whatever reason, A lot of people don't like Keith Thurman, so they got their mind made up on Keith Thurman already, right? So that's just what it is. So what I did on my video is I let people form their own opinion because I didn't just put out one side of the story. You feel me? I put out the real audio footage on both sides. The real audio footage on both sides. So what I'm going to do is, so I don't have to repeat myself, I'm going to play the video. I'm going to play parts of the video that I put out, and I'm going to let y'all hear, right? And this has the audio footage from what Keith Thurman had to say about the situation and from what Mario Barrios had to say about the situation, right? So here it is. I'm gonna play. Hold on. And then we're going to cook on it. And like I said, I'm going to let my brothers cook on it. And then I'm going to open up the lines and let people call in and give their take on it. Hold on, y'all. Going on, so we're going to clear this up once and for all. Now, we got Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios fighting on pay-per-view this weekend, Saturday. Hold on. And then Keith. So let me play. Because you got a lot of people coming out and they saying, no, it was Keith Thurman that wanted 10-ounce gloves. It wasn't Mario Barrios. Keith Thurman wanted 10-ounce gloves. Well, I'm going to play y'all the clip of what Keith Thurman said, and then I'm going to play y'all the clip of what Mario Barrios said, and then we're going to go from there. So let me play this clip for y'all. Hold on. Here we go right here. This Keith Thurman.
If this young man's going to open up more, he seems more confident heading into this big stage than he did with Tank. If he's going to open up and let his hands go more, is Keith Thurman getting a knockout Saturday night?
Well, yes, him wanting to step into the fire, he can easily get burned. But, I like his wordplay. You say he has so much confidence, yet the young man wants 10 ounces and not 8 ounces. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of confidence, but you don't got 8-ounce confidence. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to just, check me. Thurman's weak to the body. Put the right size gloves on and hurt me, boy. Do it, boy. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day, he might have confidence, but I feel a little question mark in the background.
Has that been resolved, the glove issue?
This is state of Nevada. You got to do your research. It's like you uneducated on this topic. But at the end of the day, both fighters must agree. I thought it was maybe only certain weight classes. I think this is across the board. The state of Nevada did this. We are a concussion-based sport. We've seen all concussion-based sports make adjustments throughout the years. Football is not the same. It just isn't. And it's beneficial to the athlete. So I don't know what kind of conference they had here in the state of Nevada, but they adamantly made a decision that if both fighters do not agree upon 8-ounce gloves, 8-ounce gloves will not be issued in a fight. 10-ounce will be the mandatory glove size in the state of Nevada. So, also, he's moving up in a weight class. He knows he's facing a puncher. He could have took an easier fight. He took a challenging fight. Let's just take the 10-ounce gloves and let's have a great challenge. I respect that. I don't know the real philosophy behind it, but when you're given an option, it's an option. You have the right to say yes. You have the right to say no. He made his choice. It doesn't happen. My opinion doesn't matter from this point on. I'm just here to show up, do my job, and have a great fight Saturday night. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play y'all what Mario Barrios had to say about this. Now, keep in mind, Keith Thurman is the one that brought up the issue with the 8-ounce and the 10-ounce gloves, right? It wasn't really talked about, from neither one of the fighters until Keith Thurman brought it up. You feel me? Now, Mario Barrios was asked about it, right, to respond on what Keith Thurman had said about Mario Barrios and his team. And this is what Mario Barrios had to say. Give me a second while I pull it up for y'all. Here we go right here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is Mario Barrios and what he had to say. And it was brought to his attention, so he had to respond to it.
I gotta ask, we were just talking to Keith about the glove situation and why not go with the traditional 8-ounce for, 147 and below and, contest with the 10-ounce. Is there an injury or was there a particular reason behind that to opt for the 10-ounce versus the 8-ounce?
On my part, no. I mean, they said that they wanted 10s, and I was like, all right, I'm not tripping, only 2 ounces. So I'm good yet, it's gonna be my first time fighting with 10s. I've been training with 10s whole camp. It doesn't feel like much of a difference than the usual 8 that I'm used to using. So I don't think it's gonna play much of a factor.
Because he kind of seemed to frame it like he wanted the 8 ounces and it was your side who wanted 10 ounces and that was the holdup. But that's not the case.
No.
Mario, obviously you're.
So okay, hold on. Right? This is my thing with it, right? So that's why I played, right? I played both of y'all. I played both Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. Now, like I said in my video, my thing is when I went back and did my research, I realized that Keith Thurman is the one that brought that to everybody's attention, right? So nobody knew about the 10-ounce glove situation, but Keith Thurman brought it up because he's like, look, this dude, his team, him or his team, they requesting in the background, right? They going in the back and they requesting for 10-ounce gloves. If he's so confident, like he's telling y'all, why is Mario Barrios, why he don't want to fight me in the right size glove? So my thing is, I say, okay, well, if Keith Thurman was the one that requested the 10-ounce gloves, why would he bring it to everybody's attention? Right? So I said, okay, that don't, because I'm thinking of, okay, if I request some shit like this behind the scenes, and I know everybody gonna get on my helmet, I'm not finna bring it to nobody's attention if I know ain't nobody else talking about it, right? So that's one thing I thought about. And I'm like, and then I said, okay, Keith Thurman did fought all of these big names. He ain't never asked for 10-ounce gloves. He didn't fought the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcias, the, you know what I'm saying? He didn't fought Manny Pacquiao. He didn't fought some of the biggest punchers in the sport. Ain't never asked to fight in 10-ounce gloves. So why would he ask now, right, to fight in 10-ounce gloves against a Mario Barrios that's moving all the way up in weight? And some people say, oh, well, he want to protect his hands. Well, if he's begging to fight an Errol Spence or a Terrence Crawford, and he wants the biggest fight, why would he all of a sudden now want to protect his hands? Because if he go into a fight with Errol Spence and the Terrence Crawford, he ain't going to be able to protect his hands. So I said, okay, yeah, that don't make no sense. You know, then I said, okay, well, let me hear what Mario Barrios has to say. When I'm hearing Mario Barrios, I played y'all the footage. It sounded to me that Mario Barrios was kind of trying to, he couldn't come out and just straight admit that his team brought it to his attention, you know, to wear 10-ounce gloves or whatever it may have been, right? Or his team decided not to sign off on 8-ounce gloves or whatever it may have been, right? He was kind of like, yo, you know what? Well, he answered and he said it wasn't him, but then he kind of made it like he started trying to justify, you know, that it wasn't no difference between the 8 and 10-ounce. Well, I've been training, you know, the whole time in 10-ounce gloves, and you know, I don't really see no difference between 8 and 10-ounce gloves, so it ain't really a big deal. And then like he kind of skipped on to the next subject. So it didn't seem like he wanted to talk about it like that, right? And then Keith Thurman, he explained it extensively. He said, basically, you know what I'm saying, with the state of Nevada, whatever they got going on, if he doesn't sign off on it, if him and his team or his team doesn't sign off on it, it's nothing I can do about that, right? Both fighters have to sign off on it. And he told, and that was my dude, Daniel, that was interviewing him. So I know the dude that was interviewing him personally, right? I can pick up the phone and call him right now. So he said, like, y'all got to do your research and, you know, look at what's going on. I can't make his team sign off on the gloves, right? Whatever they got going on with the commission. So me, I said, okay, my opinion from reviewing everything that was said from both fighters, my opinion, right, is it sounded like that Mario Barrios, right, or Mario Barrios requested it, or his team, right, saw that in the state of Nevada that they had a choice now to go between 8 or 10-ounce gloves, and his team chose it. And then they could have brought it to Mario Barrios like, hey, this is what's going down. This was size gloves, you know, but it didn't seem like to me that Keith Thurman had nothing to do with that shit. Now, I know a lot of people going to form their opinion and run with the shit that they want to run with because they already don't like Keith Thurman and they hate Keith Thurman for a certain reason, you know. But like I said before, I don't have a problem with neither one of these fighters, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this situation complete unbiased standpoint, right? I don't have a problem with Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios ain't never did shit that I didn't like. I don't have a problem with Keith Thurman. A lot of people do have a problem with Keith Thurman because of the Aerosmith situation, or they just don't like how Keith Thurman talk, right? But like I said, that's my take on it. Knockout. Let me hear your take on it. Then I'm gonna go to 503, and then I'm gonna open up the phone lines, and I'm gonna give y'all a chance to call in.
Listen, man. To me, it's Barrios. You could tell, like, when you listen to him, and I dropped the video too, man. Great minds think alike, and I had the same sentiment that you have. Like when you hear Barrios say, "Well, they told me they wanted 10-ounce gloves." My follow-up question: okay, bro, who is they? Is it Keith Thurman team? Is it your team? Who told you they wanted 10-ounce gloves? And then the second thing is, if you ain't know nothing about this shit, or your team ain't know nothing about this shit, why you have your whole training camp in 10-ounce gloves? Is that some shit you usually do? If you didn't know nothing about it, wouldn't you be training in 8-ounce gloves? Is that what you fight in? But you were training in 10-ounce gloves the whole time for what exactly? Like I don't understand.
But they usually you trained in 16-ounce gloves.
Yeah, when you sparring and shit, because you want to get your
you train like
you want to protect.
Train in 16. When I used to train, I would always train in 16-ounce gloves.
Yeah, but the thing is, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Shit, I like it, bro. I like trying to gain the competitive advantage. You giving Keith Thurman something to think about. So smart move by his team or by him or whatever. Like it's just, you know, we don't talk bad about Canelo with the hydration clauses and the ring size issues and shit like that. So if Barrios and his team saw a little loophole, he coming up in weight. Keith Thurman is a big puncher. Keith Thurman's used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Give him something else to think about. Shit, like, oh damn, man, am I gonna be able to punch as much? Are they gonna feel heavier when I get to round 8 or round 9? Shit, it's only 2 ounces, but should it matter? Now I gotta call over here and get new gloves made. Like, give them all that shit to think about while y'all was over here the whole time, knowing that you wasn't gonna sign off on that shit. So overall, like, I mean, I think it's much to do about nothing. Like, it ain't gonna have no outcome in the fight, in my opinion. So it is what it is. Like, you know, good luck to whoever, but I definitely think it was Mario Barrios. I think it was Mario Barrios and his team trying to get an advantage. You can just tell by the way that he was sounding and how ambiguous he was trying to talk about the shit. Like, oh, you know, hey man, they told me they wanted 10-ounce glove. Okay, bro, who is they? What's going on? Or it's not much of a difference. Or I trained the whole training camp in 10-ounce gloves. Okay, so if you thought you was gonna be fighting in 8-ounce gloves, you know, I understand you ain't, when you're not sparring and stuff, like if you're hitting the bag or you're hitting the mitts, you might throw on the 8-ounce gloves. Why was you throwing on 10-ounce gloves and shit? Just because, bro. Like what that shit don't make sense to me. So clearly it's probably him and his team, but it's all good. Like Virgil Hunter and his team, they smart, bro. It's a smart move to throw a curveball or throw a wrench in the whole situation with Keith Thurman. So I agree with you. I think it was Mario Barrios, but I must admit, it showed me a sign of a team and of a fighter that's coming to win. They ain't coming to lay down. So that's a good sign for the fight, in my opinion. They trying to gain every competitive edge because they don't plan on going in there and letting Keith Thurman just run over them. So, you know, I'm looking forward to Saturday night. We're gonna see what's up.
Right. And let me read this super chat. Zenith360 says Virgil. He says Virgil Hunter is Barrios' trainer. Virgil and Thurman got beef going back years ago. The game plan is probably to take Keith into late rounds because he rusty. That's all Virgil Hunter, Barrios' team. So, and salute to my brother Zenith360, always coming through, showing love and support.
Salute, Zenith.
And this is my thing, right? That's why I always love hearing your your take on shit, Knockout, whether me and you don't agree on a lot of shit. And this ain't about me agreeing or you agreeing with me. It's about that you are a person that has an open mind, right? And you can hear both sides and then form your own opinion. You know, I know people, some people, a lot of y'all, and I'm talking a lot of y'all are closed-minded. And that's a horrible trait to have as a human being, right? You closed-minded, so you'll just hear something and you're gonna run with it. That's why I like to do research. I want to form my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what's really going on? Let me hear who sound like that they not telling the truth. And like I said, it was cut. Like, to me, it just came all the way down to, you got one man explaining it extensively, you got one man keeping it real short, and then trying to justify that it ain't really no difference between 8 and 10 ounce gloves. You feel me? You also got one man that brought it to the attention of the media when nobody really knew that. So it showed me that Keith Thurman, he had the problem with that. That was some shit that was on his mind already. Like, man, y'all talking about this dude is so confident. Well, tell him to put on 8 ounce gloves and fight me then.
Facts, which in turn shows you that what? It's in Thurman's head a little bit. He over here thinking about the shit. So it is what it is, bro.
I can't understand why some of these dudes be so close-minded. When you think about it, right? How is 10 ounce gloves gonna help Keith Thurman? Who's the bigger puncher?
Keith Thurman is.
Keith Thurman is the bigger puncher than Mario Barrios.
He's acclimated to the weight, dog. And he's acclimated to the weight.
Yeah. Some of y'all just need to use a little bit of common sense. Mario Barrios ain't even never fought at 147 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if it wasn't Mario Barrios himself, like Zenith was saying, it could have been Virgil Hunter, could have been somebody in his camp that said, you know what? It's a loop. We see it's a loophole. Let's get an advantage. That favors Mario Barrios.
Thanks.
How does that favor Keith Thurman? It doesn't come because, and the reason that it favors Mario Barrios is because Keith Thurman is the more powerful puncher. And then, like Zenith said, they might be thinking like, hey, if we can get Keith Thurman in the later rounds, if we can get Keith Thurman in the later rounds, we might have a chance, and he might gas out because he ain't fought in 3 years.
Yep, 30 months. Coming the day of the fight, 30 months, July 2019.
The man's hands ain't injured. The man had hand surgery fucking 2.5 years ago. He has pins and titanium plates in his hands. His hands is stronger than they was before. His hands ain't gonna break again. So and I know people will come up with a narrative and they'll get that shit in their head and they'll just ride with that narrative, and you can't tell them nothing. You can't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Keith, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Keith. Like I said, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with neither one of these fighters. And another thing that I did bring up in the video is I said Mario Barrios, they came out talking about he wouldn't enroll in VADA. And this fight is supposed to be for a WBC eliminator to a final eliminator. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, but that's what
crazy shit. They just want some
making up shit. But this is what this fight is supposed to be. So in order to be eligible, right? If you win the fight, to be eligible for that, you have to be signed up to VADA. Well, they came out and they said Mario Barrios is not signed up for VADA. They didn't say nothing about Keith Thurman. So it's what I'm saying. Like I said, I can't change. No, you know what I'm saying, strong-headed nigga mind, but hey, I like to look at things from both perspectives and then, form my own opinion with an open mind. Cono Loco says, if you can crack 10 ounce gloves, won't matter. Well, it do matter a little bit, Cono. Trust me, I've been in the ring. It matters, it do matter some. You know what I'm saying? It do matter some. It ain't a big, huge difference, but it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Connell said he agreed with Zenith. It's a basically it's like a mental edge they trying to get. Yeah,
It's a mental edge, and then if you throw somewhere between 600 punches around or 600 punches a fight in 8-ounce gloves, maybe you might be able to drop Keith output down to maybe he only throw 540 punches or 550 punches or 30 to 40 punches less per fight. That could be the difference in the close fight. So I mean, shit. Hey, if the loophole is there, if you feel like you can take advantage of it and you catch somebody off guard with that shit, because clearly Keith was off guard because he talking about he had to call his glove maker to get him to make more gloves, so he wasn't ready for the shit. So I mean, hey man, it's a big time fight. This prize fighting shit.
And I'm gonna let 503. I'm gonna let him cook on it right now, real quick. I gotta piss like a drunk man right now, so I'm gonna go take this piss real quick. I'm gonna let 503 cook on it, and then I'm gonna come back. When I come back, I'm gonna open up the phone line for y'all.
503, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, bro. Do your thing.
Yeah, man, my damn phone going in and out, man. But I mean, for me, bro, I think what I like the fact that Keon played the clip earlier. You could hear both sides of each fighter's story. You know what I'm saying? I think people is gonna try to spin this shit and push a narrative that Keith Thurman unsure of himself and he's scared and his hands brittle, he don't want to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? This and that. But to me, man, I feel like shit. I feel like Mario Barrios team capitalized on the situation. You know what I'm saying? And now, shit, they got a little advantage, a psychological, a little mental advantage. You know what I'm saying? Psychological warfare in that motherfucker. For me, I don't like I say, I don't put too much sauce on the gloves, man, because like Kano said, bro, if you can punch, you know what I'm saying, if your technique is down packed and you naturally a strong, powerful motherfucker, it don't matter what size gloves you got. You know what I'm saying? Because you hit a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, the right way with anything, you know what I'm saying, they gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, I'm not like, I seen that shit and I'm like, man, I'm not even finna make no video about it or talk about it because you know what I'm saying, it's so much other shit going on in the sport right now. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no championship fight. This ain't for no unification. I don't even know if the motherfucker 12 rounds or not. So it's like, bro, if they use 10-ounce gloves, that ain't shit. And I feel like shit, Mario Barrios, he kind of told on himself, like, cause he like shit. They've been training with 10-ounce gloves the whole count, so they let you know right there that he feeling comfortable with them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Right. So for me, when Keon played the other clip, you know what I'm saying, I was like, oh, okay, that was some Virgil Hunter old school, you know what I'm saying, type shit going on in, you know what I'm saying, in the game. So you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. I don't think it's gonna really give either one of them an advantage. You know what I'm saying? I think the better man will win and prevail. Period.
Right. And I agree with you. And I understand, Colonel Loco. My thing, it ain't about if it's gonna make a big difference or not, right? That's not my whole thing. My thing is about putting the truth out there, letting people hear both sides, not just coming on and playing Mario Barrios what he said and then running with that, right? That's my whole thing. Because people like to hear shit in boxing and then they run with it. We know that shit is done a lot with this boxing news and people run with one side. So that was my whole thing is basically, that's why I said, let the truth be told. Let the truth be told. Then you can hear both sides and, form your own opinion. But don't do it without hearing both sides. That's all I'm saying. So, at the end of the day, the better fighter is going to win. Period. The better fighter is gonna win. You feel me? At the end of the day, that's what's gonna happen. The better fighter gonna win. But
that ain't always true though, because Gary Russell, he better than Mark Mixayo.
Well, I mean, if it ain't no injury or whatever in the fight, but let me open up this phone line for y'all. Give me a quick second. Hold on.
And then this too, man. Motherfuckers is gonna come out with any little thing to hate on Thurman, and that's why I'm glad that you put out what you put out. That's important because that shows that you being, you know what I'm saying, objective to the matter at hand, and you ain't showing no bias to any one of these guys.
Right, because I'm not a huge Keith Thurman fan, and I ain't no huge Mario Barrios fan. It with me.
Yeah, but niggas know that you rock with EJ heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you could have spent that shit and been like, oh, Keith Thurman a bitch. He trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Niggas,
Right.
You could have spent that shit any type of way you wanted to, bro. But you
Right.
chose to keep it 100, and that's what motherfuckers gotta understand. Like, bro, it's three sides to every story. They side, your side, and the motherfucking truth. Now the truth is gonna be somewhere up in the middle. And you kept that shit straight down the middle, bro. So for me, I like, bro, Keith Thurman is, like I say, this fight it's a win.
Let me get this call.
Go ahead.
Yo. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to put you on the loudspeaker. Caller, where you calling from? State your name.
Man, it's Coach, man.
Oh, what's good with it, Coach? Hold on, Coach. I'm trying to get you on this speaker. Go ahead, Coach.
Man, that shit ain't gonna matter. One way or the other, it's gonna matter. I mean, you got 56 grams that's out of the glove. But the thing is, it's probably Mario Barrios. He just coming off getting knocked out in 8-ounce gloves from Tank. And I think Virgil Hunter and them realized that Keith Thurman probably is a harder puncher than Tank at 147. So they trying to protect Barrios in this fight. You know, Keith Thurman used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. He done fought top fighters in 8-ounce gloves. So, you know, that's not gonna bother him. That's natural for him. You know, this is more of amateur gloves, 10 ounces, you know. So Keith Thurman have been in all these hard fights with Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. And this is Mario Barrios' first fight at 147. So this is gonna, he the one that put that shit up, you know, because they made a new rule and they taking advantage of it. That's all it is. It ain't gonna bother Keith either way.
Yep.
He been fighting on the top level for a long time. True, it's been a long layoff, but his mentality is still gonna be the same once he get in the ring.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, let me ask Coach a question. Coach, can you hear me? This 503 line.
Coach,
Yeah, I
Coach,
can hear you.
I want to ask you, if you was Virgil Hunter, you know what I'm saying, both of y'all as boxing coaches, would you have done that? Would you have took advantage and manipulated that rule, you know what I'm saying, with the gloves to protect your fighter?
No, I mean, I wouldn't have did nothing like that. But I wouldn't have did no shit like that. But you gotta understand, Mario Barrios just came off of a devastating knockout, bro. I mean, not knocked out, but got beat up bad, bro.
Right.
You know, he's just stepping up to 147. This is his first time under the big lights against an elite fighter, bro. So at 147.
Coach, let me get to the next caller. The phone keeps.
All right, brother.
Okay, I appreciate you for calling
Later.
in, Coach. What's good with it, caller? State your name. Where you calling from?
Mr. Wayne calling from DC.
What's happening with it, Dwayne Freeman in the building?
What's going on?
What's happening with it? What's your take on this, Dwayne?
Man, I went back and looked at your video, and originally I had heard it on somebody else's page, and it seemed like Thurman had asked. But when I went back and looked at your video and I heard both audios, I had to change my thought because I agree exactly what you said. It didn't make sense for Keith Thurman to ask for it. I mean, Keith Thurman to bring it up if he was the one that asked for it. And not to mention, Mario Barrios is the one that's coming up from 140. So it would benefit him instead of benefiting Keith Thurman. So it didn't really make sense. And so that's why I had to go back and research and look at it. And when I listened to your audio, I agree exactly what you said. It didn't make sense for Keith to ask for the 10-ounce glove and bring it up. And nobody asked him about the glove. What was the point of bringing it up if nobody asked you? Not to mention, when they asked Barrios about it, his energy didn't seem right. If somebody said you did it and you know you wasn't the one that did it, your energy want to change. You were like, no, that wasn't me. That was him that asked for that. And even if his team was the one that did it, and they say Keith was the one that did it, why didn't they say anything? That's more to make Keith look bad and say, oh, Keith supposed to be this welterweight that's a hard hitter, but he was asking for bigger gloves with a smaller fighter.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, I just try to weigh out all of the options and say, okay, which one make more, you know what I'm saying? Which one seem more credible and which one seem like, okay, they could have been lying.
Right.
So, you know, to me, it was pretty obvious to me. But, you know, yeah, anything else you want to add in?
I just, like I said, I agree with your video. Because like I said, I originally thought that Keith had asked for it. But then when I heard the audios, you played both audios, I was like, nah, you know what? Keon is right. It didn't make sense for Thurman to bring it up.
Yeah.
But that's all I had on it.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you calling in, Dwayne.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, the phone lines is open. So if you want to call in, you know what I'm saying, call in. Call and state your name, where you calling from.
It's Kurt, man, calling from New Orleans.
What's happening with it, Kurt?
What's up with you, man? What y'all on that Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman? I think the fighter with the most willpower is gonna win. All in the minor stuff like that, I don't think that's gonna matter because the one who worked harder and put the most work in, they coming out victorious anyway. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, tell Coach stop calling, man. He already on the fence. He the first call. I've been trying to call in. Tell Coach back up, man.
Coach ain't calling. He already called in.
I know. I'm just messing with you. That's why I was.
Yeah. You from the NO like him. Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to y'all every day though. That's all I really had to say.
I appreciate you.
Batman, my boy, Batman. Batman needs to lay back. Gary Russell hit Tank, won't stop him in round 3.
You said Gary Russell. You said Tank gonna stop Gary Russell
in round 3.
Nah,
they gonna lead up. Trust me, that fight gonna happen.
Nah, I don't know about all that, man. But I don't think it's gonna happen though.
Y'all with that friendly stuff, man. Y'all know boxing, man. Come on, man. Y'all know what's up with this boxing shit. Gary Russell ain't no scary man. He's a good boxer, but he ain't no scary boxer. Ain't scary.
Yeah. I mean that I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Tank definitely got the power advantage, but Gary Russell got the skill advantage. So it is what it is. If it go down, it go down. Coach say, where you from in the city? Where you at in the city?
Yeah.
What's that?
I listen to y'all. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I listen to y'all every day, though. You know?
We appreciate the support, man.
I fuck with y'all. Yeah, rest in peace, Kurt Douglas. I be in there.
Kurt Anderson. Yeah, for sure. Man, all right, man. I appreciate your call.
I bet.
I bet. Yeah. We're gonna take a few more calls. Before I shut it down.
Already, while we waiting on the next call, bro. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Key. Like, the closer that we get to this fight card, the more interested that I get, bro. Like, I started off like, man, this shit ain't nobody trying to see this shit. But now the closer that we get, I'm like, shit, I'm kind of intrigued about this fight, man. I can't wait to see this shit. I want to see how Keith gonna look, man. I want to see what's up, man. So I must say, man, I'm excited. And it's so many fight cards on. Cleressa Shields fighting and shit. Chris Eubanks gonna be the main event on that shit. Then, bro, the Zone got a fire ass card too with Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Carlos Quadras, bro. And I know you've been seeing the odds and shit, man. There's so much money to be made if you can get some picks right this weekend, bro. This shit, boxing gonna be lit this weekend, dog.
Let me see. Caller, where you calling from? What's your name?
This Hustle Home. I'm calling from North Carolina.
What's good with it, Hustle's Homes?
What's up, Hustle?
Maybe I usually be at work when y'all alone, so I'll be just listening. You know what I mean? Just eating the food. But shoot, I really, in my opinion, about the whole situation, this is a who's-who situation, considering the fact that Barrios either gonna get boxed or knocked out. That's my thing. You pick your poison, young man. You know what I'm saying? So keep on winning either way, because if y'all ain't know or not, I'm Team Thurman. But,
can I ask you a question?
Even though he did that whole shit with Earl Spence, but since you've been a boxer, you sparred with 10-ounce gloves, right?
You said, have I sparred with 10-ounce gloves? Now I sparred with 16-ounce gloves. When I sparred, I used to spar with 16-ounce gloves. Hold on. I got a call. We can't hear you. Hold on. Give me a second. My phone.
I want to ask him a question when he get done.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. All right. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was asking whether, because when we boxed it with 16-ounce gloves, but I boxed in VA. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know. I ain't never really got in the ring with no 8-ounce gloves or no 10-ounce gloves. You know what I mean? Because when I was fighting, we was just sparring. I ain't never legit get in the ring or nothing like that with no amateur stuff. But what would you think the difference would be though?
It ain't a big difference. But if you hard hitting, it's a little difference. And that little difference, you know what I'm saying, for a puncher, it makes some difference for a puncher. If you,
I got one more question before I hang up.
That's just like if you Wilder and you got, you know what I'm saying, 8-ounce gloves on instead of 10-ounce gloves, it's gonna make a difference.
True. And my last question is, do y'all really think that's like this big mental advantage over Keith?
You can answer that, knockout.
I mean, it just get. I don't say no huge mental advantage, since that's how you phrase the question, bro. But what I will say is giving him something to think about, making him change his game plan at the last minute, or have to go call a glove manufacturer, or think about them doing this or them doing that. Like, it's an advantage when you got one fighter that said that they've been training in that shit the whole time, and you got another fighter that's having to call and get gloves ordered. Maybe it plays in his head the gloves ain't as comfortable as he thought they were gonna be, and all that shit. So I don't think it's a huge advantage, but it's definitely something worth talking about, and it's something that's worth giving some time a little bit.
Any small advantage is an advantage anyway. But yeah, salute y'all. I'm gonna hang up.
Yes, sir. And appreciate you calling in, Hustles. So appreciate you calling in.
All right, brother. Peace.
Yes, sir. All right. Yeah.
Batman. What's popping with you, Batman?
Salute, Batman, brother. What's happening with it? Salute to you, Batman. But yeah, like I said, if you a devastating puncher, it's gonna give you a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, an edge. It's a little bit of difference. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, you fight the amateurs, they fight in 10-ounce gloves, right? But when you move to the pros, until you get to a certain weight, you fighting in 8-ounce gloves. And the amateurs will tell you it's a difference, when they move up to them 8-ounce gloves, especially punchers. A boxer, if you got two, feather-fisted, dudes in there that just gonna want to just box, it ain't really making no huge difference.
Yeah, I don't think we
mental advantage. Huh?
Yeah, same here, bro. I agree with you. Like, I don't think we're gonna look at the fight on Sunday morning and be like, damn, Mario Barrios won the fight because he had them 10-ounce gloves. Like, I don't think the shit it's not gonna play it's not gonna have anything to do with the outcome. Like, I think the right person gonna win the fight, and we ain't gonna be talking about the glove size. It's just something to think about before the fight, and a little gamesmanship. Never hurt nobody leading up to the fight. About, man.
Call and state your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Saru from Baltimore.
What's happening with it?
Ain't too much, man. What's going on?
Man, doing what we do every day.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on this?
Well, my take on it is, I see some other channels and they touching on the situation and just jumping on one side of the story before they even seen what Keith Thurman had to say about it. And he's the first one that brought it up, obviously. And I know you already covered that. But my thing is, it's this ongoing thing, man. And they just really trying to tear down Keith Thurman to me and make him out to be something that he's not. Because at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want to say about Keith Thurman. But every time we see him in that ring, he show up and he show out. You know what I mean? Whether you're 100% or whatever. You know what I mean? So my thing is, man, I appreciate you, man, just going and putting it in perspective and shedding light on, what's really going on.
Right, man. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Put both sides out there, not run with just some story because I don't like one of the fighters, or if I run with a certain narrative, it's gonna look bad. I put both sides out there. That's what it's about, man. I ain't like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want nobody to do me like that. That's what it all comes down to. You know what I'm saying? As a man, if I'm in one of these fighters shoot, I don't want nobody to do me like that. Don't do me like that.
Straight up.
Yeah,
straight up. So, but I mean, and they gotta understand what it is. I mean, honestly, we all gotta say this is a revitalizing point to the welterweight division. You know what I mean? If Keith show up and show out on Saturday, man, you know what I mean? Welterweight back popping. You know what I mean? We got another Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard, and Robert Duran type of era again, I think.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And you're definitely right about that. And salute to you, man. I appreciate you calling in. Anything else you got to add?
No, man, that's it, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate your calling. All right.
I gotta say I disagree just a little bit, bro. Like, why does I get it from a casual fan's perspective, but why does him beating Barrios, even if it's in dramatic, impressive fashion, how the hell does that mean the welterweight division is back popping and they put him on top? Like, why is that?
But see, you got to understand that it's not. It ain't. But you have to understand, right? It doesn't put him on top of nothing at all. But what you got to understand is that you as a fighter, that's your position, right? That's your position to you know, sell yourself. You got to sell yourself.
That's a fact.
So I understand what he's doing, where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell yourself. And salute to World Combat Sports. Salute.
Yeah, what's up, World Combat? Yeah, that's all. Like just that nepotism shit, or just because somebody popular, like if he beat Barrios or beat up Barrios, now all of a sudden I'm supposed to want to see him in there with Earl. I'm supposed to want to see him in there with Terrence Crawford or some shit. Like, nah, bro, like, cool, you got your get back with Barrios now. Go beat one of these other contenders or some shit. Like, I'd much rather see a rematch with Danny Garcia or see him fight Boots or Virgil Ortiz or somebody like that. Then if you beat one of them names, then all right, bro, you back in play. But for you to just skip the line and be back in play for these big ass fights because you beat 140-pound Mario Barrios, who just got knocked out by a guy that used to fight at 130 pounds, that shit don't do it for me, bro.
But whose fault is that? You know what I'm saying? Whose fault
is that? That's boxing.
Is that his problem, or is that the people that's in charge?
No, that's actually, I blame the fans, bro. Like, he shouldn't be popular no more. Like, no disrespect to him. I wish him nothing but the best, but he shouldn't be popular like that no more, because we should want winners and shit. We should want people that are active. Like, he shouldn't be popping like that no more. Just like Josh Warrington, like, he shouldn't be popping over there in the UK to where he getting title shots and shit after he just got his ass knocked out. Keith Thurman ain't fought in 3 years, damn near, and all of a sudden he popular again and he popping again to where we want him in big fights. That's the fans' fault.
Well, I did my thing right. I really could care less if the man popular or not. Like, that ain't like, that shit don't move me. Like, I really don't care. Like, oh man, he popular now, I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Now I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying about him. He shouldn't be able to move into the top position and just move over everybody like that. Now I get that, but how popular he is, again, like, I don't really care about that shit, bro.
No, but that's why he able to get the fights, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, I don't care either, but he able to get that shit because he popular. So
I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying,
bro. But we on the same page. We just want to see the best fights, bro.
Call it. State your name. Where you calling from? Caller. State your name. Where you calling from? I guess he just wanted to hear people. I guess he just wanted to hear himself breathe.
He said shit.
But anyway, moving along. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But you know, it's PBC. If they let him skip the line and give him a big fight right off the rip again, like they did with Manny Pacquiao, that's PBC. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's him having a good relationship with Al Heyman.
Yeah. I need Earl to rally against that shit, bro.
Yeah, if you or anybody else is in his position and you can take advantage of it, that's what you're gonna do. I'm not mad at him for taking advantage of a situation that, you know, that's allowed by the higher powers. I'm not mad at him for, you know, because anybody would do that if they able to do it. That's up to Al Heyman and PBC to say, nah, you know what, you gotta, you know, you gotta start right here and you gotta move your way back up. You gotta have at least 2 fights and then you can get in that position.
You got a super chat.
Carla, let me read this super chat and I'm gonna get right to you. KG Alexander say, yo, what it do, Key? I'm late, but I'm here. Salute. Yeah, we about to wrap it up in a minute. But salute to KG in the building coming through.
What's up, KG? Salute to you, bro.
Yeah, you could catch the run back though. Caller, state your name, where you calling from.
This is Lee Dre Stevens from the 206, Seattle, Washington.
What's happening with it?
Not too much. I need to just add real quick. The reason why a win over someone like Barrios moving up, it's not a big win, but it shows he's still a factor. He's already made his bones at the 147. He's already beat Porter, who's Bud's biggest win at 147. He already beat Danny Garcia, who's Spence's last win at 147. He already beat these cats. So him winning just shows that he still had his place in line. He don't got his belt yet, but he's always been one of the top cats at 147. So him winning shows the world, okay, he's back able to make some moves. Does it make him the top? No, he knows he's not the top. He's still got to work towards that. But it puts his place back to where he was. His only loss was in a great firefight with Manny Pacquiao. That's his only loss. All his fights have been good fights. He ain't been in no boring fights. He ain't showed that he's a sucker. He's taken blows, and we've shown his vulnerability, and it's always an entertainment fight. So a win shows the world, okay, you are healthy, you ready to get back? Okay. If he does another layoff, yeah, that fucks it up again. But if he fights Barrios, wins that fight, then gets another top-ranked fight, you know he is because he's a moneymaker. So you know his next fight, if he beat Barrios, is going to be a top-level fight. So I'm interested to see what the man got left in his tank. You know, what does he got? Is he still, is he a new fighter? Is he an old fighter? I'm curious.
Right, man. Yeah, I mean, and you made some good points. He already beat all them other dudes, right? To put himself in that position, he put in the work. Just like Batman said, like, hey, he put in the work. We can't just act like this man didn't put in years and years of work and beat some of the top guys in the division, right? So he did.
And another thing, he's been out 3 years, but no one has a better resume than him at 147. Yeah. And he's been out 3 years.
Yeah.
There's people I will put over him. I'm gonna put Spence and then Bud over him, but their resume ain't that much better than his, and he's been out. So that says something too, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but and I look at it like this, right? Because everybody wants to see Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, right? But at 147, at 147 pounds, right now at 140, if we can't get Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, if you look around the division, Keith Thurman beat everybody else. Now we do have Boots, but Boots ain't put in that work yet. Boots ain't beating no top level opponent. And he has to get his chance. He got to give his chance. But should he be able to skip over Keith Thurman for an Errol Spence fight? I wouldn't say that right now.
Yeah, I don't think. You know what I don't understand? I know they both up and comers. But I don't never hear the Boots versus Vargas comparisons, man. I'd love to see them guys in the ring too. Now, I know they both young.
You mean Virgil Ortiz?
You talking about Virgil Ortiz?
Virgil Ortiz. I think if one of them was to take out one of them, I think that could boost them up to the level where you know what I mean. Because if you unless you mandatory to fight them cats, you ain't gonna fight them young lions because the money ain't right yet. You know. But so again, I don't see it jumping over the line. I just see he Boots is one fight away from being that dude. But you're not gonna fight him. Just like no one wanted to fight Spence until you had to fight Spence, until it was worth it to fight Spence. I see Boots as the new Spence.
Yeah. No, he definitely in that same position that Errol Spence was at one point, to where, you know what I'm saying, nobody wanted to fight him and he was just waiting to get his shot. But ain't nobody in boxing giving you shit. Nobody gave Errol Spence shit until Errol Spence had to make himself the mandatory to Kell Brook, right? And then he forced the fight. We see Jerome Boots Ennis, he doing the same thing. They're in the same fucking position. It's just at a different time.
Definitely.
But I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. I love the show, dude. You're doing your thing. You're doing the thing. You keep it 100 all the time. That's what's up. Let's hit the thumbs up. Have a good one.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. That was a good call, man. I'm not
gonna take no more call-ins. So I'm let me take down the number because we ain't taking no more call-ins. So great call. Like I said, you got to be able to look at things from every perspective. I know a lot of people like Boots, but nah, Boots. Ain't nobody gonna give Boots shit. Just like they didn't give Errol Spence shit. He's too dangerous. Ain't nobody gonna get. That's what y'all gotta understand. Nobody is fin to give. If Boots was in that position, Errol Spence is not finna fight Boots. Because why would you say, okay, I'm gonna fight Boots for way less money, but he way more dangerous, right? And I'm gonna take way less money to fight a Boots that don't have no belt, or I could take way more money to fight Keith Thurman. It's just that's how it works. Now, when Boots puts himself in that position, right? That wasn't Keith. Y'all keep on talking about, oh, that was Keith Thurman on the phone. My dude Seattle be in the fucking comments every day. Come on now, y'all, man. Y'all got to get off that bullshit.
Yeah, like you can't. I'm not hating on Keith, and he made some great points, bro. All that shit is true, but the work that he put in, like when you mentioned Danny Garcia, and like he got the best resume, bro. That shit was like in 2016 or 2017 or some shit. Like that's the only point that I'm making. Like that work is old. It's like the OG that just got out, and he come back to the block. The young guns, I'm like, look, bro, we already been putting in this work. You've been gone forever. You got to work your way back up. You don't just come back to kingpin status. And that's all that I'm saying, bro. Like it ain't no hate. It's just like, bro, that work is so old. Like Jerome Boots Ennis done fought 5 times since the last time you fought, bro. And I'm sure if I go look at Virgil Ortiz, he probably did the same thing, bro. Like these dudes been putting in work while you've been gone. So that's the only point that I was making. But he got some good points, like Keith Thurman. He did put in work. He was a unified champion, but that shit was years ago, dog. And for you to just like, and for us to say that, yo, he beat Mario Barrios, he done worked his way back up, and he coming back to do this and do that. Like, damn, okay, so bring it like 140, like that's what we doing. That's what's gonna get you back in the limelight. Like, but I just ain't in that mindset, bro.
But your name gonna hold weight in boxing. You feel me? Your name is going to hold weight. You been had a layoff, right? But your name still going to hold weight. And that's what they look at boxing. The fans don't, you know what I'm saying? We should run boxing, but the fans ain't moving right for us to get in a position to run boxing. A lot of shit that is fans that we do that we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? So the fans ain't moving right for us to get in the position that we should, to where they got to do what we want. We don't run shit. We're not running the shit. You feel me? So they're gonna do what they want to do, and your name still hold weight. Yeah, we looking at it as like, man, he ain't did this shit in fucking three years, but his name's still gonna hold weight. And if you look at the 147-pound division, like I said yesterday, you don't have a Sean Porter no more. You don't have a Danny Garcia. They moved up. You don't have a Manny Pacquiao in the division no more, right? You got Terrence Crawford. We don't know what the fuck he doing. You got Virgil Ortiz. He over there on a whole nother network. You think they're gonna cater to Virgil Ortiz? Are they gonna cater to Jerome Boots Ennis, who's on another network? Or are they gonna say, I got this fighter that we could make big money with, right? And he's on our network. So we got to stop looking at this shit and crying in the chat and acting like kids and shit. It really use your brain and think about some of this shit. I'm not talking about it from my perspective and what I want to see. If it was me, right? If it was me, what I want to see, I'll be sitting up here acting just like some of y'all in the chat, crying and screaming that, nah, he shouldn't be able to jump over Boots. I want to see Boots, because I would much rather see Boots and Errol Spence, because to me, it's a much more competitive, dangerous fight for both fighters, right? But if I'm a businessman, if I got the fighter right here, then I'm going to get paid more on a big mega fight. What am I going to do? It's a
because Boots ain't a PBC fighter, y'all.
That's what I said. Yeah, Boots is not a PBC fighter. Why would they go cater to Boots, right, and make a fight that's gonna make them much less money, and they got to split the bag? Like, y'all, come on now. But you know, I just broke it down and explained it, but some dudes, they still ain't gonna get it.
Batman Stewie told me to keep paying for Tank pay-per-views.
Right, that's a problem, Batman. We as fans, we paying for, you know what I'm saying, to see Tank Davis versus goddamn Rolly and not just Tank Davis, Cruz. Not just Tank Davis, it's other bullshit fighters that we paying to see, and that's a problem. I mean, you know, but anyway.
Batman, you better stop. I might have you do some push-ups. You keep on talking noise to me, bro. I'm doing that shit, man. Chill out.
Hey, another great show. Y'all hit my like button if y'all ain't hit my like button, right? Okay, yeah. Knockout. Coach said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, coach,
Hit
text
me
it to me. Just text it to me behind the scenes, bro. I
I'll
like
text
it,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Yes.
but excuse me. But another great show, man. Another great show. Appreciate you coming up here, you know, giving your excellent boxing opinion and excellent boxing brain to the people. Once again, if y'all ain't hit my like button, make sure that y'all smash on my like button, hit my like button. And I appreciate everybody that's in the comment section, everybody's opinion. Great call-in show, you know, to hear the different opinions from different people. I said everybody not going to agree the same ever. But you know, at least try to have a open mind about certain situations, you know. But anyway, man, knockout, you got your show tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You got
man.
your show tomorrow.
Yeah,
Let
man.
them know.
Yeah, man, we'll be live tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, breaking down and predicting all these fights that's going down this weekend. Live Sunday morning with KQKC and live Wednesday nights. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We drop links, so y'all welcome to join the panel as well. Also got daily content dropping on the channel every single day. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button if you're new here. We got a lot of people in the chat, man. Y'all subscribe to my brother, man, because he up to he trying to get the 15K, man. He rising quick, bro. One of the best doing it on YouTube. So y'all be sure to subscribe to his channel and then go check out my channel as well, man. Right here on YouTube, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And other than that, man, great show, man. Love rocking out with you in the afternoon. And anytime you dropping links, bro, I'm here. Like I appreciate all the support, and it's always this shit therapeutic, man. It's fun chopping it up with you. But everybody enjoy y'all day. Be safe out here in Dallas, Texas. We got snow and shit, so it's a blizzard to us, so we ain't shit open right now. So we just about to kick back and relax for the rest of the day. But man, I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next time, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you as always. Once again, send your prayers out to Kurt Anderson, you know, the boxing historian, and his family. You know, send your prayers out to Blue Blood Sports TV because, you know, my man Blue, he hurting from this. This is, you know, this is something that none of us was expecting, you know. If you seen how Blue Blood got the news, you know, man, that shit hurt me. It hurt me to see that. So, you know, send your prayers out to them. But like I said, another great show. Looking forward to this weekend, and y'all already know what it is. We will be back, same place, same time tomorrow. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.